Hey everybody, check out what I have. It's Turtle Fighter, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tiny arcade from Super Impulse. Obviously, this appears to be a version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. One of my favorite arcade games growing up. Little try me button, hit one of the buttons, and you could see it come to life. Let's go ahead and take Turtle Fighter out of its package and see how it plays. Let's go to the game. All right, here it is out of its package. You can see this unit actually has 4 buttons. So the top 2 are to jump to the left, jump to the right. The bottom 2 is, in the manual it says sword to the left, sword to the right, but you play as Donatello, so I guess that would be your bow staff and of course your little joystick. And I like the side art, resembles the arcade game. The marquee lights up when you turn it on. Let's get it going. And hard to see there. Let's go ahead and turn this light off and you can get an idea that the marquee does indeed light up. Runs on 3 AAA batteries. They're already installed, but they're kind of cheap style batteries, so you may want to replace them when you get one of these units. It retails for $20. I picked this up at Target. I actually had this pre-ordered from Amazon, but it never came in stock, or they didn't have enough for the pre-orders, and I never ended up getting it. I had to cancel my order to get one when I found it at Amazon or at Target. They had plenty at Target. So let's go ahead and zoom in and take a closer look at the game itself. When you start the game, you can turn on or off the music or sound and adjust the volume. Sadly though, you have to play as Donatello, which is a bummer because growing up I started out as a fan of Michelangelo, with Leonardo replacing him later on. Whoever decided to make Donatello the only playable character must have been a fan of the NES port. As I mentioned earlier, the 2 bottom buttons attack to the left or the right, and the top 2 buttons jump to the left or right. You can press jump twice for a higher jump. However, you cannot jump kick. Pressing attack while in the air just returns you to your basic attack. The game plays like a shrunken version of the arcade game, including boss battles, which is cool. However, there is a lot, and I mean a lot, missing. Your life bar seems to have a lot of life in it, but damage is taken out in huge chunks, with some things like the rolling balls killing you with a single hit. However, you gain some life when you defeat an enemy, which is very helpful since there are no pizzas to collect for health or for special attacks. There are some exploding barrels, but they blow up by themselves and you cannot interact with street signs or cones like you could in the arcade game. You get 3 lives with no continues and no chances for extra lives. The iconic music has been totally replaced with a generic loop that can get annoying after a while. However, I will say I do like some of the voices. When you lose your last life, the unit powers off by itself and you cannot enter your initials for a high score. Overall, this game feels like a watered down port of the arcade game. It still requires a lot of button mashing, which does respond well on this unit, but at the same time, it caused some hand cramping for me. As a Turtles fan, I think this makes a cool collectible, especially as a desk decoration, and I plan on making this a permanent part of my collection. I do wish that it played more like the arcade game, and it didn't have so many cheap kills, especially in the 4th stage, which I haven't been able to pass so far. I do plan on playing it more to see if I can beat it, but once I do, it will most likely just sit on my desk. If you are a big Turtles fan, you may want to check it out, but if you're looking for a straight port of the arcade game in a tiny arcade format, you might be disappointed. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, support the show on Patreon, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.